Right now, somewhere inside your body, a switch is sitting there, waiting. It's not a metaphor, it's real. And most people go their entire lives without ever flipping it. You've been told that skipping meals is dangerous, that your body will panic, that hunger means something is going wrong. But what if the opposite is true? What if the moment your stomach starts growling is the exact moment your body begins doing something it was designed to do millions of years ago, something so powerful, scientists are only now beginning to understand it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at an empty plate the same way again. Here's what nobody tells you about fasting. It's not about starving yourself. It's not about willpower. It's about biology quietly rewriting its own rules the second you stop feeding it. For the first few hours after your last meal, nothing dramatic happens. Your body is still running on the fuel you gave it, burning through sugar like a car idling in traffic. This is the part everyone experiences and nobody notices. You feel normal, maybe a little hungry. But underneath the surface, a countdown has already begun. Your liver is watching, your cells are listening. And somewhere around the 12-hour mark, something starts to shift. This is where it gets interesting. Because at that point, your body runs out of its easy fuel, the sugar stored away for emergencies, and it has to make a decision. Does it panic? Does it shut down? No, it adapts. It reaches for a backup system that's been sitting dormant, waiting for exactly this moment. A system involving fat, not the fat you see in the mirror, but the fat hiding around your organs, the kind linked to disease, the kind doctors worry about most. And your body starts breaking it down, not because you told it to, but because it has no other choice. This is the moment your body stops being a machine that just stores energy and starts becoming a machine that hunts for it. But here's the twist almost nobody talks about. This isn't just about weight. Somewhere in these early hours, your body also begins a process of cleaning house, quietly identifying old, damaged, malfunctioning cells and getting rid of them. Imagine if your house could sense which furniture was broken, which wiring was faulty, and automatically start repairing itself while you slept. That's essentially what's happening, except it's happening inside you in real time, and most people never give their body the chance to do it. Because the truth is, we eat so often, so constantly, that this repair system barely ever gets to switch on. Now, here's where I need you to really pay attention, because this next part is the reason fasting has become one of the most talked about topics in modern health. And it has almost nothing to do with weight loss. That's the cliffhanger. And I promise, it gets stranger from here, because past this point, somewhere between the 16 and 24-hour mark, your body starts doing something that sounds almost like science fiction. It begins to recycle itself. Old cellular material, proteins that have folded incorrectly, tiny cellular components that are no longer functioning properly, your body starts breaking them down and reusing the parts. It's called autophagy, and the word literally means self-eating. Not in a destructive way, but in the way a sculptor removes what doesn't belong to reveal what was always underneath. This process has been connected to slower aging, stronger immune function, and even the way your brain protects itself from decline. Your body, when starved of food, doesn't fall apart. It starts to refine itself. Think about that for a second. The one thing our culture has trained us to fear, hunger, might actually be one of the most misunderstood tools for long-term health available to us. Not because starving is good, it isn't, but because the constant, uninterrupted grazing most of us do, from the moment we wake up to the moment we sleep, never gives this ancient repair system a chance to activate. We've spent decades chasing supplements, powders, and expensive treatments to feel younger, stronger, sharper, when one of the most powerful tools might simply be giving your body permission to pause. And this is where the psychology becomes just as important as the biology. Because most people don't fail at fasting because their body can't handle it. They fail because their mind panics first. The moment hunger shows up, your brain starts sending signals that feel urgent, almost like an alarm bell, even though nothing is actually wrong. This is the trained response of a mind that has never had to wait for food, ever. We live in a world where hunger is treated like an emergency, when in reality, for most of us, it's simply uncomfortable. Not dangerous, just unfamiliar. And unfamiliar things always feel bigger than they are. That discomfort is exactly where the transformation happens, if you let it. Because on the other side of that uncomfortable window, something remarkable tends to occur. Many people describe a strange sense of clarity, like a fog lifting they didn't even know was there. Focus sharpens. Energy, instead of crashing like it does after a heavy meal, starts to feel steady, almost sharpened. Some researchers believe this isn't a coincidence, but a leftover survival mechanism from our ancestors, a built-in system that made early humans more alert, not less, when food was scarce. Because a foggy brain during a famine was a death sentence. In other words, your body may be biologically wired to sharpen your mind exactly when food disappears. Of course, none of this means fasting is some magic fix, or that everyone should attempt long fasts without guidance. Extended fasting isn't something to casually experiment with, especially for people with certain health conditions, and it's always worth understanding your own body and speaking with a professional before making major changes. But the deeper point here isn't about extremes, it's about awareness. Understanding that your body is not fragile the second a meal is delayed, it's adaptive, responsive, built for exactly this kind of challenge. And maybe that's the real reason this topic keeps resurfacing, video after video, study after study, because it forces us to confront something uncomfortable about modern life. We've built a world engineered around constant convenience, constant snacking, constant access to food at every hour of the day, and somewhere in that convenience, we may have quietly disabled one of the most ancient, powerful systems our bodies have. Not through malice, not through a conspiracy, just through habit, through never pausing long enough to let it switch on. So the next time your stomach growls and your mind tells you it's an emergency, ask yourself, is this actually a crisis, or is this the exact moment your body has been waiting for? The moment it starts cleaning, repairing, sharpening, adapting? Because what feels like discomfort in that moment might actually be your body trying to do you a favor, one that our modern lifestyle rarely gives it the chance to deliver. Isn't it strange how something we've been taught to fear our whole lives, hunger, might be one of the most misunderstood keys to feeling better, thinking clearer, and aging slower? And it makes you wonder what else we've gotten backwards about how the human body actually works. So here's my question for you. Have you ever tried fasting, even accidentally, skipping a meal without meaning to, and noticed a change in how you felt? Was it clarity, was it discomfort, or something else entirely? Tell me in the comments. I want to know your experience, because I have a feeling a lot of people watching this right now have felt it too and never had a name for it until now.